Everybody has been asking me how I make the shirts for our business, so I thought I would make a video to show you how you can do them yourself. So at first I tried vinyl, and the heat press vinyl, I'm not sure if it's maybe the material of the shirts we're using, the moisture wicking, or what, but it seems like the letters just always peeled off for me. And I changed my settings, I changed the heat, and eventually the letters would just come off. So after that, I tried sublimation. That's where you have a special ink and you print it out and press it, but we like to use a lot of white, so it wasn't really effective for us. Next was Screenprint. If you order screen printed shirts, normally you have to order at least 12. If you don't need 12 shirts, then that's kind of a waste of money. So I looked up how to do it myself, and it looks so much better. You don't have to worry about the letters coming off. They're on there. And I can do it in white, so I like that. So I will show you how to do that yourself. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is to create a stencil. So I already have my design I want to use. Make sure you have room all the way around it. And to do that, you can click align center middle. That makes sure this is in the middle of the page. Then to get it to do print correctly, you need to go to mirror, flip horizontally. So it looks like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and send that to my silhouette. Alright, on my cutting map, I'm going to put the transfer side down. So that's how you're going to print it. Make sure you put the transfer side down. And I'm just going to use a regular sheet of vinyl, not heat transfer, because I want to make sure it's really sticky. Alright, now that my design has printed, I'm going to pull out the letters and just leave a background. That way I can make a stencil. So this is pretty much the opposite of what you would do if you were going to heat press. Okay, so now I finished and I have my stencil ready to transfer. So you can use transfer tape. I just use regular masking tape. And I'm just going to put this all the way down the design to help me transfer it. So I'll do this all the way down. Alright, so when it's completely covered, it'll look like this. Then I'm going to take it off. Just pull up a corner. Now, depending on what size your design is, that's going to determine what size screen you use. I have a small one. This one's dirty. And then I have a bigger screen. This is better for the backs of the shirts. You can go on Amazon and just put in 16 by 20 screen print frame, and this will pop up. It's about $25. So I will put this on the back of it. You have to make sure when you pull up that everything, something not coming up. Make sure everything comes up with it. Now if you don't use this sticky vinyl, then you can just tape your stencil down. But I just think this is easier. Alright, so I'm going to put this in the middle of my screen. And then I'm going to pull the tape off very carefully so I don't mess the stencil up. Alright, once you take all the transfer tape off, this is what it's going to look like on the back. And then you'll flip it over. Always push it down to make sure it's really stuck to the silk screen. Once you have your stencil ready and on the silk screen, you need to get your shirt out. Okay, you can use any type of fabric with screen printing except for nylon. So I just get the 388 brand, George brand shirts from Walmart. They're moisture wicking and they work great for us. So that's what I get. This board came in my screen printing kit, and as you can see, the ink has gone through. So that's why you want to have something hard in the middle between the front and the back of the shirt. So I'll put the board in here, and I'm going to print on the back of the shirt. So I'm going to turn it over and make sure the shirt is aligned and even so that we don't get a crooked logo. Alright, so I have that in there. I'll put the screen down on it in the center of the board. I'll check and make sure. Alright. And you want the raised edges at the top. Alright, you can use, I guess, any brand of screen printing ink you want. I use this Speedball. At first I bought this, but it's a lot easier if you get it in the tube. So I'll put on my stencil, I don't want to get it on the shirt, a line of the screen printing ink at the bottom, right below where the design starts. I'm going to put the top on this. Alright, this squeegee will come with your frame. And this is what you're going to use to spread the ink out. So I'm going to make sure I hold the screen so it doesn't move. And then I'm going to go up. Make sure everything's covered really well. Go back down one time. Okay, then I'm going to put this to the side. Lift up my screen. Knock off my calendar. And then that board's in there. And then there's your shirt. And I'll take the board out and just sit it down and let it dry for a few hours. And then I'll do the next step. This will be the only design that I print using this silk frame. So I'm actually just going to take off the excess ink and keep it on here. That way every time I want to just print 3 shirts, I don't have to do another stencil. So I'm going to leave this on here. But if you want to do more than one type of shirt, all you have to do is peel this off the back and wash this off with a little soap and water and let it dry. And you can use it multiple times. Now, an important step is you're going to have to let your shirts dry 24 to 48 hours. That's what Speedball, the ink manufacturer, suggests. So you're going to want those shirts to dry. Then you have to heat press them. You can use a heat press, maybe the iron. If you have an iron, that'll get hot enough. I normally heat press my shirts about 320 degrees for about 40 seconds. And when you cure the ink, that makes it permanent. So that helps with it lasting through many, many washes. And since the ink's not cured immediately when you put it on there, if you do make a mistake or something goes wrong with the stencil, all you have to do is wash the shirt and the ink will come right out. So good luck.